Hi guys. So let's continue with whatever topics we were discussing before. We were discussing regarding slicing. And coming to slicing, you need to know that you need to provide start point, you need to have stop point, and you need to have step size. And how to do slicing? In order to do slicing, you need to put square bracket. You have to put square bracket after any of the variable, and that variable should be defining your iterable. For example, list, tuple, string. Those things are nothing but your iterables. And if you want to go and do your slicing with the help of indexes, you should be putting a square bracket. This is what we have discussed. And also we came to know that suppose A is nothing but 2, 4, 5, 6. These are the elements which are part of this list. This is nothing but one of the data type. And here, if I would be going for 2 to all, and that's it. I'm not giving any value right now. What does it infer? It infers that if this is your start, that means your indexing should be starting from this particular number. 0, this is 1, this is 2. So at the second index position, you have 5. So from that till all, because nothing is given, that means by default you have to execute all the iteration. So 5 and 6 would be coming up. 5 and 6 would be coming up if you would be going for this. Now you must be asking, what about the step size? See here, the step size is by default 1. Step size is by default is 1. And this is something that we have already discussed. Let's come back to the slicing. How to do the reverse slicing? Reverse slicing in the sense from right end to the left end. How we need to do it. So let me go with the same example. A is nothing but 2, 4, 6, 8. For example, 2, 4, 6, 8 are the values of the elements which are part of this list A. And suppose I just need to go from this side. How can I do it? See, in order to traverse the elements from right side to the left side, you have to go for the step size as negative. You have to go for negative step size. And by default, the step size is 1, and 1 is nothing but this is plus 1, positive 1. That means by default, you are going to traverse like this. But if you want to deliberately traverse like this, you have to go for negative step size. Okay. Let's see this. The rest of the things should be remaining same. For example, if I go for A of, let me try out, -1, -3. And I will be trying -1. So just start writing your index positions. So this is nothing but your -1, this is nothing but your -2, this is nothing but your -3, nothing but your -4. So you should be starting from -1. So -1 is this particular value. You should be going till -3. -3 is belonging to this particular position, is not it? But you know that in Python, indexing should be ending at the number whatever you have given, the previous to that. So the previous to that is this particular number. So and here, as you can see, this is the step size given. Step size is negative step size. That means you have to traverse in this direction. So you starting from the indexing position -1, going till this position. Why? Because -2 is there. Why -2? Because the previous of this indexing position is nothing but -2. So 8 and 6 going to be your result. So your output would be 8, 6. This is what you have to do in order to go for slicing the elements from right end to the left end. Now, suppose another example I would be giving. What about this one? A is nothing but 2, 4, 6, 8. Let me go with What about this one? See, starting position, nothing is given, nothing is given. Be on hold, be on hold. You should be ending at -4. Let me try out this negative index. Just write it down: -1, -2, -3. This one is -4. And step size is given as -2. -2 in the sense, since it is a negative indexing, that means that's obvious that you have to go in this particular way. And 2 is there. 2 is there means if you are starting from this, if you're starting from this, you're going to jump by 2 units. How, how much is going to be your jump? That is given by this particular number. Okay. Now nothing is given means by default you are going to start from the initial position. Because it is sure that you have to go in this direction. If you are going in this direction, then definitely you can't start from this. You should be starting from this. It's not right. So if you want to start from this particular position, okay, so mark here, and you have to go till -4 is there. -4 is there, that means previous to that you have to end up. Is not it? And that means you are starting from here, you are going to end here, and by what units you are going to jump? 2 times. You are starting here, you are standing here. 1, 2. That's it. That's it. If you go again, then you are crossing the limit. So your result should be 8, 4. 8, 4 is going to be your result. For the same list, let me go with this is given, this is given, and if I am going for -2. That means if nothing is given for the starting position, that means by default it's going to start from the very beginning position. Why I'm saying so? Because see this is -2, -2, negative. Negative means you have to go in this way. So it is sure that you have to travel in this way. And since the starting index is not given, so you should be making the first position as your starting index by default. Again, you are going to start from this location. Okay, you are going to start from this 8, and where you need to end up. See, ending point is also not given. Stopping point is also not given. If it is not given, then you have to traverse entirely. You have to traverse entirely. So by default, you are going to start from this position and you have to traverse entirely. If you traverse entirely, that's fine. But what unit you have to jump? 2 times. So you are standing here, you are jumping by 2 units. 1, 2. Again you came up here. Again jump. 1, 2. Oh, you are crossing the limit. You are crossing the limit. So there is nothing here. So this element and this element is going to be around 8, 4. Understood? Now, let me go with another example. A is nothing but 2, 4, 6, 8. And if I want to write it something like this, let me give -2, and I'm not giving anything, and I'm giving -1. That means your starting index is -2. Just mark it. This is -1, this is -2, -3, -4. That means you're going to start from this particular position. It's not it. And no stopping index is given. That means you should be iterating all the element. But which direction? Is it left side or right side? Again, see this negative symbol is there. So you have to traverse in this particular. So you are standing here, and you are jumping by 1 unit and you are traversing the entire element. So if you stand here, then you will be jumping by 1 unit. 1, 2, here you are landing, here you are landing. Because one step at a time you are going to jump. So the elements that you are going to counter are 6, 4, 2. This is going to be around. Okay. Let me go with this particular example. A is equals to 2, 4, 6, 8. If I would be going with A of -3, and I would be going for that's it, nothing else. Then what will happen? What do you think? -3 is given. First of all, just mark this out: -1, -2, -3, and something but -4. You are going to start from here. But in which direction you are going to traverse? Is it given? Is it given in which direction you have to traverse? I have not mentioned anything in the step size. That means the step size could be by default 1, assuming. That means you have to go in this particular direction. So you are starting from this position, you have to traverse like this. But till what location you have to traverse? Again, no stop, no stopping position is given. That means you have to iterate towards everything, towards this right side, and you have to iterate all the elements. So you are standing here and you are going to iterate like this. So 4, 6, 8 will be around. 4, 6, 8 will be around. Can we have a confirmation? Yes, let us try out here. A is given as, it's given 2, 4, 6, 8. Done. Now let me run it. Oh, great. Fine. If I go for A of -3, 2 of, that's it. That's it. Let me run it. 4, 6, 8. So whatever we have done, that's correct. Now, guys, just to get rid of this confusion, let me give you another example. 2, 4, 6, 8. What I will be providing my indexing like -1, -3. That's it. So here you are going to start from -1 as your indexing position. So this is the position. -2, -3, -4 is not. So you have to stand here. This is the starting position. In which direction you have to traverse? In which direction you have to traverse? The ending point is given as -3. -3 is nothing but here if it is -3, then the previous of it. We don't know. We still confused in which direction we need to traverse. As I told you, if nothing is given, then by default it is +1. +1 means in this direction you have to go. But here it is given that your starting position should be this one. Your ending position should be -3 is given, that means previous to that. And you have to go in this direction. How can this be possible? It is said that you have to stop at -3. -3 given means the previous to it is nothing but this one. You have to iterate till this. It is given. You are starting from here, you are iterating till here. But coming to the direction, it is given that positive. How can this be possible? You are standing here. How can if you go in this right direction, no elements are present? But it is said that you have to finish it here, the previous to this -3 direction. Is it going to be possible? If this is not possible, error won't be coming up, but you are not going to get any output. You are not going to get any output. It will be printing on empty result. Let's try this out. If I go for A, and what I need to do, -1, colon, -3. If I run this, see this, empty result. Nothing would be coming. But what I would be doing, I would be just putting -1. I would be just putting -1. If I deliberately putting -1, then what will happen? It will become clear that I will be moving in this particular direction. Not I'm moving in this particular direction. And I have to jump by 1 unit. I have to jump by 1 unit. That means I'm standing here. I need to go till this particular position and I need to jump by 1 unit. If I jump by 1 unit, I will be ending at here. So 8, 6 would be your output. Let's have a try here. A of -1, -3. If I run it, I'll be getting 8 and 6. So this is how you have to go for slicing. This is how you have to go for slicing. In order to go for slicing, first of all, just clear your mind that you have to see in which direction you need to traverse. Just by looking at the step size, it's simple. By what unit you guys are going to jump, that too also you're going to get from the step size. And from which particular position you have to start and which particular position you have to stop. This is something which you have to go for. Fine, let us go and see some of the other examples of this particular question. And I want you guys to try this out. I want you guys to try this. This is S. This is S. S is nothing but constraint given. Today is a good day. Today is a good day. Today is a good day. So the first question is given as you have to start from -1. -1 is given, negative indexing is given, that means please look at it. -1, this one is -2, this one is -3, space is -4, D is -5, O is -6, again O is -7, G is -8. And rest of the elements also you have to write it. Now you should be starting with -1. -1 means here you are standing, here you want to start. You have to go till -5. -5 is written. If -5 belonging to D, you should be ending up previous to that. Your space is there, your space is going to be counted. And see the direction, -1 is given. That means in this direction you have to traverse. So what will be the output? Your output will be phi A B. Then a space is there. A space is also going to be space. Let's see this out. Check this out. If I go here, if I go to this one, I'm writing something else. What about this one, guys? I want you to answer. Just try it out. Pause the video and try it out for a few seconds. Let me know what is going to be the output. See here, it is given that you have to start by from the beginning, from the very beginning. Why? Because the value is not given, that number is not given. If it is not given, then by default you have to start from the beginning. It's fine. In which direction you need to iterate? -1 is given, that means in this direction. Until what position you have to iterate? It is -5, it is -5. Now, see this, -5 in the sense, -5 in the sense you have to stop here. Why? Because if this indexing position is -5, that means previous to that you have to stop. Previous to that is nothing but one empty space is given. That means you have to stop here. By default, you are going to start from the very beginning. At what unit you are going to jump? 1 unit at a time. So jump 1, 1, 1. Again, your result would be y, a, d, then space. Same result you will be getting. What about this one? Nothing is given at the very beginning. Even where you need to stop, that is also not given. But it is mentioned that you have to take -5 as the step size. If step size is -5, minus is there, that means it is sure that you have to go in this direction. By what unit you need to jump? 5 units at a time. 5 units at a time you have to jump. So you are standing here and you keep on jumping 5 times. 5 units at a time. And remember, you have to stop from the very beginning and you have to iterate till everything. Why? Because nothing is mentioned regarding the stop size. Where you need to stop. Okay. So you are standing here, you are going to jump by 5 units. So it is 1, 2, this one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3, 4, 5. Done. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. 1, 2, 3. Nothing is there. Leave it. So here A is going to be present. Again, A. I think space is there here, and here O is there, and here you are having Y. So Y, O, space is there. With that, you are having A here. Is there anything else? Let's go and run it. Are we going to get the such result? Yes, YO spacing, YO spacing is going to be your output. What about the last one? You have to start with -3 or end it till -5 is mentioned, that means previous to it, and you have to jump by 1 unit at a time. It is minus, negative direction. So obviously it would be in this direction. Now see this is -3 given, -3. Where is my -3? That means here it is -3 here. Let me use any other color, or else let me rub these things. Fine. -3 is there. It's not here. You have to jump by 1 unit and you have to reach. -5 is given means previous to that. Here you have to reach. You're starting from B and you have to reach till this space. By what unit at a time? one unit. So D and space would be your output. D and space would be going to be your output. Because D is the position, D is the value which is present at the position of -3, and the space is present at the position of -2. If I run this, I'm getting D space. Got it? Try out a few more examples and have a confidence over this topic called slicing. Thank you.